Alright lads and lasses, welcome along. Oh, hey, it's Tuppence Tuesday already, innit? Is the week going to fly by? I have to say, so far for me, this week has dragged something chronic, like. Do you know, honestly, I feel like I've just been sitting around working, like, for hours and hours on end, and it's only Tuesday. Shocking. Alright, let's have a look, see where we are, have a quick crack at this then. Now, I remember when I did my training, I did my Mastering DAX course. I put a link to that in the description below. Did my Mastering DAX course, everything was great, no bother. I get this, Power BI, DAX, anyone can do this, man. Great stuff. Get the last day. Guy starts on the context in Power BI, context in DAX measures and calculations. My goodness, man. The whole room just like, our heads. Since then, I've spent probably 18 months now going through this. I'm now starting to prepare, probably ready to do me optimizing DAX now. Done a few of the Microsoft training courses, and I mean, I've actually been delivering them out to people in the business. Suddenly, it all starts to make lots more sense to us. But I promise you, I'm going to give a really quick overview today. So that was going on here. And we've got this. Just put this together, nothing fancy, nothing major. DAX calculations, the way they're processed is through understanding the context. So the context of a DAX expression is critical. If you didn't understand the context of it, you won't be getting the best out of your DAX. And if you don't understand the context, that's when errors can creep in. So there's two types of context. There's the filter context, and unfortunately that is the one that will just bake your noodle for a long time. There's no shortcuts for this one. You've just got to gan through and do the head sweat to really start to understand it. The next one is row context. Now this is the one that if you're from an Excel background, or even to a certain extent databases, you'd be really familiar with a row context. It's like saying, oh, I want to know this, but it's with the other values from all the columns. In Power BI and with a tabular data model, you didn't want to be thinking in terms of rows. Rows aren't what you want to be interested in. They're not how models are written. Models are written and developed for columns. So because it's a column, there's no rows. Because it's a column, the way you do it is you filter in that column. So it's not a full column from a table. It might just be a third of the table. And then I want to do something with that third. So the filter contexts are really what's going to make DAX work really well for you. It's what's going to make your Power BI models really successful. So that was going on with my Power BI file. This is my COVID report. Do you remember this? I've got my little COVID report here, the main data set. We've got all the rows, all the counts are there. Got our geography table, and we've got the date table, what calendar. Yeah. So the most important thing with DAX is to be able to understand that you want to make it portable. And the way you make it portable is by starting with the basics. Hi, so everything's basic, isn't it, with DAX? And I've said DAX is additive. We're going to add to it. So I'll start with a nice little basic measure. And it's all about the columns, as always, aye? So we're going to take that column and we're just going to add everything up. And that formula is pretty much the same as it would be in Excel, isn't it, really? Kind of sum a column in a table. Alright, so because of this and the way this is, what we need to be thinking about is in terms of actually what our current cases are, right? So what's the current thing that we've got? So we're not going to look at the current cases because that's a bit of a calculation there. But let's look at the latest confirmed. So that's what we want, isn't it? We've got the latest confirmed figures that we've got. So how many confirmed cases have we had? So if we click on that, I'll tell you what, let's zoom in on that a bit. I'll make sure we zoom in more on these measures when we're looking at them. Right? You can see I've got a filter on there, haven't we? So we've said, well, where the all COVID value type is confirmed. So we just want the confirmed cases for that. So that's like we're row context, isn't it? And then you can see we're using the sum of cases. So give me that column of numbers for the sum of cases. Give me the sum of cases where it's confirmed. Aye, that's dead easy. That like, oh, I can do that till the cows come home. And then what we've also done is we've gone, well, give me the latest date value. So like, what's the latest value in the dates that you've got there, mate? That's what that's saying. So I've now got, for the latest date that we've got values for, the current numbers of the confirmed cases. Dead easy, dead simple. Aye? Champion. But wait a minute. How does that work when we're then looking at it for different areas and different regions and stuff like that? And that is where you start to get into the difference. So as you start to move away from, oh, this is dead easy, this is champion, I know what I'm doing, right? I can easily understand this stuff. The portability of DAX flies in, and suddenly we've actually got another filter there depending on where we click. And that's why we're saying the filter context is completely implicit. It's implied. This is how we've written the measure to do. Give me the sum of cases for the latest date value where it's confirmed. Well, I could probably write a SQL statement for that kind of thing. You know, it's nothing too difficult, is it? But then if we're going to look here, if we're going to our visuals, and let's create a new chart, and I say, all right, so I've just shown you that current confirmed, haven't we? Aye, so let's get our current confirmed, latest confirmed cases. Aye, there we go. So here we go, it's built a chart, it's built a little column chart. Looks alright, doesn't it, that, like? That's not too bad. We could say, wait, you know, I want to know how that's all broken down. So I've got me nice column chart. I can say, I'll tell you what, let's make this simpler, let's understand, let's whack some data labels on it. Let's make that easy to read, shall we? Whack it up to 11 points, say, aye? 13 point even. Now, all of a sudden, I could turn around and say, wait, let's bring in the countries and regions. Put that on there. I could say, wait, I'll tell you what, I've got the latest confirmed. Let's do a top end, shall we? Yeah? So the top 10 countries. So the top 10 latest confirmed. Alright, so we can see top 10 by latest confirmed. Hover over them and see it brings in, oh, I love the way it brings these tooltips in. You know, I've written these for someone else and it, oh, reuse it here. No worries, job's a good one, champion in it. But straight away I can start to see that one measure that we've written. If we click back on it, and if we zoom back in, let's expand that back down. That one measure is suddenly, it's got another filter there, hasn't it? So for the first one, the US, what it's doing is it's gone through, it's working out my latest confirmed, everything like that. And then there's almost like another filter where for all geography, all geo, country region equals US. And then for the next one, it'd be country region equals Spain. Country region equals United Kingdom. Dead simple, dead easy, really makes the difference within Power BI, makes it a really useful program. For now, stay indoors, keep taking care of yourselves and your families, and stay healthy, allies. I want to keep seeing you back at this channel. Take care.